Hi, I'm Chef Alex So. I'm here today with Zwilling J. Henckels and Kitchen Stuff Plus to talk about 3 kitchen knives that I think everyone should have at home. So we're going to talk about the chef knife, we're also going to talk about the serrated or bread knife, and we're also going to talk about the paring knife. Okay, now we're going to talk about the Henckels chef knife. The chef knife is your workhorse knife in the kitchen. It's the first knife that you can go to for a myriad of different kitchen jobs. So it's really important that you invest in a good quality chef knife. So this Henckels knife, what's really good about it is that it has a nice weight to it. It feels solid in your hand. It's very ergonomic and it's very balanced. When your knife is comfortable in your hand, you're going to be comfortable and it's going to be a lot more fun to cook. This is the way you cut an onion using a chef's knife. So the first thing I would do, obviously, is I have a peeled red onion. I cut it in half. The root of the onion is still attached. That holds the onion together while you're slicing it, and it's a lot safer that way. I'm gonna put my non-knife hand in sort of a claw shape with my knuckles forward. That way I'm keeping my fingers safe. And then I'll just make a bunch of easy, even strokes downwards into the onion, and the root of the onion holds the shape while I slice it. Then I just turn the onion like this, and I make one horizontal cut. And then basically the same sort of thing, nice easy cuts. The shape of the chef knife is perfect for this job because it has a curved blade to it, so you do get that rocking motion, which is something that is really good when you're chopping vegetables. And then you've got your chopped onions. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the Henckels paring knife. Paring knife in the kitchen is basically your go-to utility knife for a lot of your prep. It's a nice small knife. The good thing about the Henckels paring knife is that it retains the same sort of handle style as all of their knives, which is really comfortable. It's a really good grip. There's this nice groove in the bolster where your finger fits really naturally. A paring knife is really important when you're preparing all your ingredients for a recipe. So there's lots of things that you could be doing. You could be peeling garlic, you could be peeling shallots, you could be picking herbs with it, chopping little mushrooms. In the case of an apple, if you don't have a peeler in front of you, you can use it just to take the skin off. Some people don't like apples with skin, so this is a situation where you can take off the peel and make sure that they're happy. And once you've taken away the peel, then you can take nice easy slices, and then you can cut them any way you like. Okay, this is the Henckels bread knife. A lot of people don't reach for a bread knife, or they don't have one in their drawers. The reason why it's important to have one is because a lot of people will pick up a chef knife and attempt to saw away at the bread, but what happens is that you're actually like crushing the bread to try to get a slice. Whereas, as you can see with the Henckels bread knife, unlike the other ones, it's a serrated edge, or like a saw. So that's exactly what you would do when you're taking slices of bread. It's got a nice long blade, which means that like a saw, you really let the serrated edge do the work. So you just move back and forth, letting the blade do the work and letting the blade slice through the loaf of bread. And that way you have nice uncrushed pieces of bread, perfect for your sandwich. Okay, now we're going to talk about keeping your Henckels knives in good shape. Like I said before, a good knife is a sharp knife. So I'm going to show you a way to keep your knife in good shape, which is using the honing steel. Honing steel basically removes any imperfections off of the blade. I like to do this before I start cooking each and every time, just to make sure that my tools are going to perform positively. I like at a 15 to 20 degree angle. What I like to do is put the blade up against the honing rod. It's important to note that my left hand is completely holding the handle and is not going beyond, because that's where the blade's going to be. And in long strokes, take your time and keeping that 15 degree angle, maybe 3, 4, or 5 times. Every time that you start, it'll help keep the blade at the optimal shape And the last thing that I do before I start cooking is I'll actually wipe the blade just to make sure any residue isn't still on the blade. And then I'm ready to cook. Having great tools like Zwilling J Henckels, knowing how to use their knives, knowing how to take care of them, it's going to make your cooking experience so much easier, so much more fun, and you're just going to want to cook more.